All right, so this is our demonstration this morning for line drawing. So like I said, I'm working in my sketchbook right alongside you guys, and I have my chess piece just like you will have yours. And I'm going to show you what a line drawing is supposed to be. Okay, let me turn to a clean sheet here. All right, so a line drawing is exactly like it sounds. It's a drawing using only lines. No shading. I know we've been practicing shading a lot, but I don't want you to use shading today. In fact, probably most of this week, until we start our project, we will only be working with lines. So, number one rule, only use lines. Number two rule, try to draw as accurate as you can. And if something is needed, other than a line to represent a contour, we'll get to what a contour is in a minute, then you need to represent it with a line. No coloring, no shading. That's very important that you don't do fill on a line drawing. All right. So whenever I talk about a contour line, I'm talking about lines that represent parts of the piece. So the outline all the way around the outside edge, that's one contour for this. So that's a type of contour line. Another type of contour line is a line that traces an interior edge. So if you look here at my piece, you can see there's a ridge right here between the head and the shaft. So this ridge right here, I could represent the shape of that with a contour line. I can just draw a line around the bottom of the head to show that contour. Another type of contour line is a line that traces the shape of a shadow. So you can see that there's a shadow on the head here that's right on the bottom. So if I draw a little line on my paper right where that is, that would be another type of contour line. So contour lines trace edges, and it doesn't have to be just an outline. It can be inside the outline also on your drawing. All right, so let me demonstrate this for you, because I've talked about it, but now I want to show you what that looks like. So I'm going to start, and whenever you do your contour drawings, your line drawings, I want you to work bigger than the actual piece. So if I set this here, my drawing would be about this big. Not big enough. I want you to enlarge it. I want you to make your drawing a full page. A full page. That gives you lots of space to work, and then you have to think about how to make the drawing bigger than the actual piece, so you're really having to look at what you're drawing. So I'm going to start, and I'm going to set mine up just so I can see it at this angle here, but I will draw it here to show you. So I'm going to start with a circle, and you notice I do it more than once. It's okay to do it more than once. You don't have to just draw one thing. If it's not perfect, just keep going. Erasing is not a good thing whenever you're doing contour line drawing. So now I'm going to go ahead, and I see a little spot where the mold wasn't quite perfect there, and I see a light line separating this. And I draw that line because that helps it kind of look round. Okay, let me darken up my line here so you can see. So I have this line here, I have a line here, and a line here to show the contours. Now I'm going to draw in other things that I see on this circle. I see the shadow, so I'm going to draw the line for the shadow. Kind of comes this way, and it kind of comes like that. And this part is my shadow, and this is my light part. I also see a light is reflecting, so I'm going to draw that little rectangle that I see, and I see another spot of reflection here, and another little one right there. So I see a couple reflection lines there also. Again, only using lines to show parts. Now I'm going to come down and do the collar of, and I'll draw the little mold line there where the mold was cast, and then I will look at the shadow. Also comes out this way, and it comes right up there like that. Okay, and I see a little bit of a shadow here around this lip, around the edge, so I'm going to draw that as well. So now the next step is I'm going to draw the shaft the way I see it. So the shaft I know it's long, but from what I'm looking at, it's actually quite short. And it kind of flares out like this. And then there's a shadow that kind of comes this way, and it actually comes around like that. And then I'm going to draw the rest of that part coming here. I can see a little bit of a mold line peeking out here, kind of coming that way. I can't really see it here, so I'm not going to draw what I don't see. And then I will draw the next part. And again, the shadow is here. I see a little reflection here, another one right here. And then the last little part I see is the bottom of the base. Comes around like that, and I see a little bit of a shadow right through here. So this is my pond the way I see it, using only lines. And I also see on the table, I'm going to go ahead and draw the shadow that I see on the table kind of coming out like this. Okay, so that is my pond using only lines. And I drew all the parts in there using only lines. Okay, do you see anywhere where I filled in? No shading, no filling. Everything is done with a line. Okay, so this is what I want you to do. Use up the whole paper. Draw the piece the way you see it, using only lines. And I'm going to go ahead and sign this because I really like it. So if you like your drawing, sign it. Okay, you will do probably at least 2, maybe 3 of these today.